Good morning and welcome to the World Curling Federation's Olympic Qualification Event 2017, coming live to you from the Košutka Arena, Pilsen, Czech Republic. I'm Oli Kapp, and with me once again is two-time Olympian and Swisshelm. We bring you live coverage of men's fifth session featuring Czech Republic versus China. We have been watching nice pictures of historical city with Santo Bartolomeo's Cathedral, but we will focus on who will catch the last two available Olympic tickets for the upcoming 2018 Olympic Winter Games. It's going to be a crucial morning draw. So,
for Team China, playing lead, Zhang Zhaliang. At second, Xiang Dongshu. At third, Shou Xiaoming. And at skip, Liu Rei.
And here we have the lineup. It's Jindřich Kitzberger as lead position here. He has a good sound on. And Martin Snittil, the second. And the rookie of the team, Lukáš Klima, 17 years old. And the routinier, Jiří Snittil, skip and playing last stones. So, it's going to be a crucial morning, we said already. China, Denmark, Italy. They're sitting in a quite comfortable position, having 3 wins already. Czech Republic, Germany, with big hopes, they need to win as well. And the must-win of all those down there was just one win sitting, but still theoretically chances: Finland, Netherlands, Russia. All teams still possible to catch up the 3 available playoff positions. That's our matchup. The games are on sheet A, Germany versus Denmark, Finland on sheet B versus Italy, Netherlands versus Russia, and then our featured game, Czech Republic versus China on sheet Delta, outside rink. So, it's going to be a good start.
It's going to be a great day, and the Czech Republic will be throwing the red rocks. China will start us off after having a little bit of difficulty with the last stone draw. They do not have the hammer. And Zhang Zhaliang, a very experienced player from China, will look to set the table for his team. This Chinese team, starting very true to form, they like to put rocks in play, and they start with a center guard.
And as we see here, Jindřich Kitzberger. It's about really some pressure game for the Czech. They had a good result yesterday, a big fight against Russia. It has to be really the last shot to decide who's going to be the winner. Really a lot of pressure shots and kind of huge relief from Jiří Snittil afterwards.
Yeah, both of these teams really had very interesting games yesterday. They're coming off of games where they had the leads early in the game, and then both the skips started missing shots. Both Jiří Snittil and Liu Rei started missing shots in their respective games. Those skips are going to have to bring everything to the table today.
Yeah, it's about how to recover, how to regroup, how to get back on the track, because all of them, they really can play well, but it's just the challenge to bring it on when it's really crucial.
Yeah, and we can see, again, the battle at leads here is going to be very tight. Both these leads, Jindřich Kitzberger and Zhang Zhaliang, have been playing really steady, solid games. And they're going to set their teams up for a lot of offense if this is any indication.
Back away. 还是打掉的那红的腚那儿，再站一个。
So we like kind of the beginning. It's about some rocks in place, some traffic, as you always say. It's good.
Yeah, there's some traffic in front of the rings. We might get some potential for scoring.
So, Yang Dongju, the rookie who joined this team, just in the preparation of this crucial event here.
Yeah, and just looking to replace the color of the stone out front.
Yeah.
Just exchange it, put another yellow stone, China stone, and now they have full control of the scoring area in front of the forefoot. Knowing that, Martin Snittel, the second for Czech Republic, will be asked to remove a couple of those stones and hopefully pop to a corner and set up another opportunity for...
But hopefully not bumping in the other yellow, a little bit unfortunate.
That's been a bit of the story as we see the rules of play. We have to play 6 ends minimum, 10 is normal. 38 minutes of thinking time is allowed, and each of the teams gets one opportunity to interact with their coach in a 60-second timeout. And a great look at the technology involved in this game, keeping the officials on the sidelines. Those flashing green lights mean that the athlete has released the stone before the hog line, which is a foul line.
Went all well this time, although we witnessed some mistake by this young player of Harbin in the northeast. He had a red light already this week, but never happened again so far. So sometimes the plays are really close, and it's always a question of how you finish your slide in a way. Sometimes you get a little bit shaky, I'll find the balance, and then you just this.
You need an extra inch.
Yeah.
You just need an extra centimeter, but you're not allowed to go over that line. Martin Snittel clearly releasing the rock.
And that's about just adding on all these things. When you practice, we always do some blind slides also. It's amazing how much it's in it. The players really feel the time they need until they finish. They're pretty close always, and that's a good practice anyway.
Yeah, these athletes work on so many different skills and tactics and techniques throughout the year. Hours and hours in ice rinks, gyms, coaching rooms, as we see Shou Xiaoming with his first stone of this pivotal game.
Looks like over-curling a little bit. There's a roll to the right-hand side, but yeah, just to the open port here. Quite a good chance to maybe run right in the middle of those yellow stones.
Jiří Snittel taking a look at the angles, where best to hit. And confirming that with his third, Lukáš Klíma.
On the clockwise turn now, so most likely he needs to hit probably the right first. Just curled a little bit too much.
Yeah, it looked like he just got that one started a little bit in the direction of the object rock instead of maybe the target broom. You can see here at release, he just sends it right out and pops it a little bit inside.
We're a little bit
Guiding.
critical on this. It's just he really overturned it maybe and give the direction a little bit in the direction where the broom is. So it's minor things, but they affect, of course, the run of the stone.
And especially at that much weight. Now China with an opportunity to tick, and I think they were hopeful to maybe bump their own stones over a little bit more under that center guard.
Leaves the Czech team here another opportunity to play the double takeout, maybe this time.
nedáváš. OK. 7. 9.
Yeah.
OK.
Some discussion here about the weight.
You know, that overcalling your skip, that kind of share of information, it's great to be honest. It's great to be telling your skip what you want to throw. But early in the games, I kind of like the skips to get their leadership groove going. Allow the skip a little bit of time. Don't argue too much early.
Ooh. Grabbed a piece of the guard here and missed the 2 counters. That's a pity here. But just wrapping up your point, it's really all of the things. It's a certain rhythm. Just have a look here. Just overcurled a little bit. And
yeah, and I think part of that, when you have these discussions that are a little bit divisive, that might send you mentally into different directions, it's very difficult to execute. You need to be on the same page. You need to be communicating well. And
so it's also kind of role play. So every player has a certain time, has to do his job, as we can say somehow. It's not overtaking something of the other's responsibility, maybe.
Yeah, and it's a subtle art of communication that's built over time with each team. What is acceptable, what improves your performance. I think we saw yesterday when Lukas Klima and Jiří Snitl were not on the same page, that they had some trouble executing after those moments. And again, we just saw that here in the first end of this all-important game against kind of front-running Liu Rui in China.
So here a good opportunity. Set up a really good force situation now. Even the steal is on the table. Tries to tap back. This shown in a little bit long, a little bit too much weight on this. Yeah. So not too much impact yet. So they're still looking for running, playing a double takeout. The other option will be come around, going for deuce.
Yeah, no, I think...
first hand?
Yeah, the double takeout is a great option here. I think it's really the only one to take control of the front part of the rings. And you actually have a chance, if you can get in between there, you can slide the shooter back into the rings, closer to the center.
Kousek přidej možná pro jistotu.
So let's see how he can handle that. Well, that's about the point as a player. He has to really settle down and not focus about strategy or anything else. It's about playing time now. That has been the job of Lukas Klima before.
Yeah, and Jiří Snitl, he just saw a rock go down this path. Looks close.
But still.
Just didn't get the curl he needed. And remember, from the hack, he had asked for a little bit more ice. Right before he threw, he asked for a little bit more ice from the far end of the ice. And you'll see he hits just a little too much of the stone that was on the left. Not sending enough energy into the second stone and to get it out of the rings. Opportunity for China here to come around both those rocks on the center line and potentially get a steal.
Of course, they need to make sure that this one is not too long. Again, setting up a double, maybe.
Yeah, he really has to be second count and not set up a double.
See what the split time tells us. Hawk to hawk.
Looks really good. And that's a nice shot, and I think it's going to force Czech Republic to play the one on the wing and concede if they don't make the double, that they give up the steal of 1 point.
It's a little bit. I think there's an opportunity to play the double, but of course it's a really tough shot. And you won't go drawing the same pass, tapping it back. If there's a chance going for a double, you make sure that at least you get catch one, and maybe even have the chance scoring two if it runs perfect. But we will see a huge weight now on this.
Yeah, and when we talk about huge weight, it is the force and the speed of the rock. So lots of momentum, all of the energy from Yuji Sniddle's push from the hack goes into the rock. All the energy through the ball of that foot as he pushes out from the hack with a tremendous amount of force, power, and he needs balance and an extension.
This looks a little bit offline. Make sure you hit at least once, but he missed the second one. So here comes the steal of Team China, first and plate. They were sharp, they were ready. Czech Republic a little bit struggling, a little bit mistake here, so you're watching coverage from the World Curling Federation's Olympic Qualification event 2017. I'm Oli Kapp, and with me is Anne Swissham. So, and we're just talking a little bit in the break now. Some momentum, so Czech Republic has to be careful that they're set up well.
Yeah, and I think the Czech team needs to settle down and play with confidence and trust that their skip knows what he's doing and kind of allow him to call their game. The team has clearly had a game plan. We've watched a lot of their games during this event, and it's really about execution at the thirds rocks and the skips rocks for them. Now Zhang Zhaliang gets to put the guard on top of the draw he made to start off this end. We'll take a look at the last shot in the opening end of Finland versus Italy. Italian skip Amos Mozanar has an angle raise tap to try and take 2 points to open this end. He needs to move the Finnish stone off the forefoot. They must be close. They're off on the sweeping. And just hits a little too thin. Finland steals one. Italy retains the hammer for the second end.
So, second game is on. Our featured game, Czech Republic versus China. Czech Republic sitting with 2 wins, 2 losses, and China already 3 wins, but 1 loss versus Denmark. So they really make it curl now.
Yeah, that sweeping is hoping for it to curl. They might add a second sweeper. Help get some distance.
Yeah. They wanted to close this port to the shot rock.
Yeah, and maybe they have done enough since we're playing that angle raise. The double takeout in front of the rings.
Yep. 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 Hey.
Ah, that's really unfortunate.
Just unfortunate to go through that staggered port.
Yeah, and watching Martin here, it's about I still remember the faces. They had such a tough loss back in 2013. The same event, they were running up, they were ending up a third, and this means a bronze as well, but this is really a bronze you don't want to take because you're out of the Olympics. So they had first they lost to Germany. Germany was directly qualified back then, and then they had another game against US team, and they lost this one, and US qualified at second at this Olympic qualification event back in 2013. So hopefully they make it better this time. They have still good chances.
And the coach for the Czech Republic team is Brian Gray. He knows how important this game is to pull even in the standings with China. The outcome's significant, but in order to get the positive outcome, you need to stay in the moment as it's presented to you. And right now, that's a double takeout or a run back.
Plan B in this case.
I think it is plan B, but it's a good plan B. As we get a look at the Chinese coach, world champion Marcel Rock.
So a tap back of this guard. Quite heavy to me.
Shang Dongshu is getting better line though. It's starting to curl. Weight's going to come off it. And it sits in a pretty nice spot. They would have loved that to be above that center line in the target area, but pretty nice line and positioning, as you can see. Well guarded. Lukáš Klima getting some reassurance online. He asked Martin Snittle to step behind him since he just threw them this exact path, just to check the broom. Makes a nice shot.
Really good one, and even the red rock stays there.
Now that's better. That's better, he says. Great sweeping by Jindřich Kitzberger to hold the line. A little bit of relief.
Yeah, there will be even a chance maybe to run through this narrow port here between the red and the yellow, or you go straight back with a run back on your own.
Yeah, I think coming through the port is probably the better option. Running it back opens up too much of the rings, provides too much opportunity. And with the hold being there, this spot curls at the end, comes nicely, but they decide to try and pop a rock on the rings and just get in between shots.
So here was like a sweeper really standing around stops, and Jiří Nitil really pushing it a little bit away. But that's okay. I mean, he's in charge now off the back line. So
yeah,
it was a friendly pushing away, I would say.
Yeah, and
but just seeing or watching those situations, it's about like I learned pretty soon in my curling career that somehow you have to be really not being afraid of some body movement there. You have to be present in the house.
Yeah, you have to be willing to get your brush in there. You might have to move your opposition, as we just saw. But you're right, it was a very friendly adjustment in space.
First he was tipping his back and he already moved, but otherwise you have to check maybe. So.
Yeah, with that draw slipping into the back of the rings. Liu Rui, skip from China's first stone, has an opportunity to put some tough pressure on the Czech team.
Would you recommend more of the roll instead of the double?
I think the roll on your first shot is preferable with the rock in the back of the rings like that. If they were both above the tee line, they were both above the ring, I'd like to see the double. But this puts pressure on, but look at this.
They really picks up the curl here. They missed the breaking point. That's a huge mistake, and even bumping another red one in. So that's a pity here. At least the shooter rolls a little bit more inside here.
So that is the shot that Liu Rui was so uncomfortable with yesterday. That out turn, kind of delicate weight, precision weight hit. And he just didn't have very much rotation, and I feel like they needed to pick that rock up earlier in the sheet. And just curled really, really hard.
So a really great opportunity now for Czech Republic to set up their house well. They could go for the open hit already. That's about what Jiří Nitil is pointing up.
And then they're sitting 4.
Yeah. Okay. Or rather draw another one.
Yeah, I think the open hit is the way to go.
You cannot cover everything, and there's still an option, but hitting, sitting 4, it's huge pressure for Ray Liu.
Jak jsi hrál tady, jak to tady točí?
Tady na desítku hezky. Hezky na desítku.
Co hezky?
Tohle 9 klidně. Mete na 10 tohle.
Tohle je 10?
Mete na.
Dobře. Máme roll dovnitř, máme, vedne.
Jo. Desítkou.
Jo.
These open, simple shots. This is a hit and stick to put so much pressure on Team China.
Yeah, I had a chat about with Master Rock yesterday, and he had said it was really tough for him because it started before, because it's a little bit of difference the way the players release, and that makes it a little bit tough for Liu Rui, like to really call his own shots.
Yeah, it's hard to read the ice. I mean, you want a consistent release. Each player has their own swing and their own tendencies, but you need to build in some kind of consistency and game plan. Your point of release, the depth of release, the number of rotations you put on a rock, and you can change those based on ice conditions. You can throw less or more, but it needs to be done with a conscious effort. So setting the ice, like this moment right here, putting the broom down becomes a challenge when you're looking at multiple different releases.
So we'll have a look here. It's a replay of yesterday's match, and you see in the fourth and last stone playing versus Netherlands, and another time inside out and lost the shooter, steal of Netherlands. Yeah.
So we saw yesterday he set it wide, and then So yesterday he was setting it wide, look, missing on the wide side both those times yesterday. Today he overcorrects and wrecks on the center guard on the first opportunity on that out-turn hit. Now he's playing an in-turn hit and roll against 4 check stones.
And this might overcurl.
Already is overcurled.
They're going for plan B, maybe going for a light double taker, but this won't finish in the way they like. So that's an open hit now for Jiří Snitil to score 4 in the second end, and he knows.
The disappointment evident. That's just a very challenging set of circumstances. When you lose confidence in your delivery and your release, the shots become exponentially more difficult.
Here it comes down. Looks pretty solid. Good line sweeping, and here you go. 4 for Czech Republic. After the first end, giving up 1. That's the right answer. Czech Republic 4, China 1.
No, jasně.
Precizní píly, jak se osvědčily.
Měním pořadí kamenů. Na 3-5. 19 sekund.
15.
Ta 5 mi přijde jako lepší.
Jindřich Kitzberger opens this third end. Man's 5th session played this morning in Kossuth Arena in Pilsen. Czech Republic kind of need this win. China could live with a loss, but of course they want to win, they want to secure their spot.
Yeah, China's looking to separate themselves from the field, and that's what a win would do today. Czech Republic pulls China even if they can hold on to this lead. Yeah, and the frustration just, oh, you can feel it coming off, and you know how much this means to each of these teams, each of these athletes out here. It is just such a big moment, and to have any kind of doubt and, again, loss of confidence in your delivery, your choices, and not getting the execution you know you're capable of is just really, the timing of that is so difficult to handle.
And actually, I like doing, or not only watching situations like this, it has to be, you have to get rid of these negative emotions somehow, so maybe pushing down the broom, also probably it's not very often seen. As long as you don't break anything, it's all good.
Yeah, you
but
really
for the moment,
can't break
it's good.
your broom now with the rules.
But now it's about like really recover, regroup. Now it has to be like leveled again, and now keep on going. Just look ahead. It's all there. It's all possible.
Yeah, some players need a little bit of a release of any kind of negative energy, and when your adrenaline goes up and you are having that disappointment, you may make a choice like that where you
how about you?
your broom.
How did you deal with those situations?
Oh, I may have made the same choice as Leo Ray made between ends.
That sounds very diplomatic answer.
I may have, but I think it really is finding a way to keep yourself in the moment and learning from mistakes. What did you learn about the ice? What did you learn about yourself? And going on to the next shot.
So we'll have a look what Amos Mosana has to deal with. There are 5 finished counters after nice hit and roll played by Akukauste, he had to really have a player pressure shot here. Needs a controlled weight takeout to secure, the single here. But very controlled, all good. He made it to tie the game after 2 ends played.
Team China throwing a couple of corner guards. And they're throwing those corner guards in order to set up a place for them to hide behind. They want some protection for stones they put into the rings a little bit later in the end. The Czech team's going to be very clear. They've got 2 rocks in the center of the forefoot. They're going to try to eliminate these corner guards as they go up. So Team China looking to even these stones. And the reason why they want them even directly across from one another is to limit the ability to make a double takeout so that one of them is there for sure.
So Martin Snitil, another peel just on the single guard.
Yep. Better.
Friedrich Kitzberger has to work out the shooter. All good. So it's about to change now for China. They're not going for another corner guard.
Well, they actually know that even though they gave up a 4 points in the previous end, it's about setting up just 2 to get back within 1, right? It's a simple set yourself up for 2 points. So they're choosing now as the time to deal with the rocks in the forefoot. And they just want to tap them around a little bit, put them to the back of the rings.
A little bit too much weight for my taste.
Yeah, that might have been a little.
If you want to go for it, they probably just want to exchange. Shooter stays in front of the red one, and the other is run out.
Yep. Hard. Hard, Indra. Hard.
Okay.
Hard. Square.
So Liu Ray is pointing the options. We rather could go like for really play a come around, as the shot rock is already back in the house. Or play the hit and roll. So they're going for the roll.
Zhou Xiaoming throwing that clockwise rotating, kind of down weight. Just wants to hit and flop underneath that protection of the corner guard out front of the rings. Didn't get quite as much curl as they were hopeful for. But again, I think if you saw the amount of rotation that Zhou Xiaoming is throwing there, it's going to run straighter. And that is a very different type of release from Liu Ray, skip from China.
Yeah, coming back to the small conversation I had with Masarokovic, what they really have to deal for, and it's somehow crucial on this kind of conditions we have here. But this really overcurls kind of again. We had this before, but they can keep it. They can keep it. They wanted actually to roll to the other side, to the open side, but at least they passed the guard. So that's probably something Lukáš has to work on his intern kind of thing. Always a little bit over it.
It's getting a little directed towards the object rock instead of the target broom. A little bit to the inside. This is a nice chance for China to freeze a rock, throw that draw weight down, and nuzzle up right next to that Czech stone behind their corner guard.
Well, they really have to work the line here. It's about passing the guard. And of course, make sure it's not too long, it won't be. Don't need a really bouncing off. A little bit too much sweeping, but they probably need it for the line. That's one of the things you don't like, playing a corner freeze, that you go to the one red stone in this case, and then you're bouncing
Just
off.
a little bounce to the inside. You wanted to lock it on, sit right on top of it, make it impossible for the Czech team to knock you out of play.
10. Může jít i s tím zadním, když to... Komora je dobrá.
Hezky ten in, bude to fungovat.
A Lukáš byl jako udělaný dovnitř. Je to co, 20?
Tohle bylo 30, to, co hrál Lukáš. A myslím si, že to bylo spíš k desítce. Jako.
10-6 to bylo.
No, můžeš hrát 20, v pohodě.
Jo.
Okay.
Well played, well called.
Yeah, that was a lot of good communication. I think you could hear when Yiji Snittle was in that hack getting ready for a shot, confirming with his front end about the ice, about weight, and then good communication between Lukáš Klima.
We're getting back to the role play. Everybody has to do his job in this certain thing, and if it's all clear, then you work these stones, yeah, to the goal you try to achieve.
Yeah, and it's making sure you're all together with your goal, what the exact goal of the shot is, and then if you have to move to a plan B, because those are available, that gets communicated through the facts of the shot, the speed, the weight, the line. For Leo Ray, it's about finding comfort in his delivery and building little moments for confidence.
Close, but yeah, just one.
Yeah, he was definitely going for the triple there.
So we have a look what Rasmus Stierne is doing. Last shot, third end, 2 German counters.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, hit for 2. And this is rolling out. So the yellow one in the back that was counting, but here you can see Daniel Herberg is able to sweep out the shooter. So it's only 1 for Denmark here. After 2 blanked ends at the beginning. Hit and stay in.
Yep. You might want to roll a little bit to center and make the draw as tough as possible, but with that roll to center, it's a takeout. And we know that he has not been comfortable throwing that shot.
So most likely he will go for the intern.
Yes. So the intern is the clockwise rotating shot for a right-handed player.
And that's one of the key moments throwing last rocks. You don't have to even think about what could happen if you mess up here somehow. It's just about relying what you can play. It's all there. Just play it. They have to work it right from the beginning. Keep the line here. Keep the shooter.
He does have a catcher if he rolls over the top. There is a catcher. And no problem. Pulls within 2 of the Czech Republic after executing a simple takeout. 4-2.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018, your curling oasis awaits.
After getting the single, it's up to Sung Yilyang to start this 4th end. China is struggling a little bit. Czech team is performing well, putting up some pressure. And
China is getting the ends set up. They're getting them set up. It's about finishing them. You can see the scoring summary. The big second end, 4 points, Czech Republic. And Jindřich Kitzberger getting a chance to come around the center guard, thrown by Team China. So it looks a little heavy. Sweepers are kind of off it and on now. Trying to bring it to the back of the rings. Once it slips kind of behind T-line, you want to create as much space as possible and bring it as far back as you can. That was good recognition by the sweepers, not to just kind of leave it and walk away. Zhang Zhaliang having a really wonderful tournament, playing 90%, steady, setting the table for Team China every end. Now he's being asked to take advantage of this opportunity to throw a high center guard. They want this rock to be as far from the first guard as possible, directly in front of it. Great separation, great line. As we take a look at a very important game. The young skip from the Netherlands, Jaap van Dorp, facing multiple Russian stones. And it will be a steal of 3 for Russia. They've got a 4-1 lead after 3. Jindřich Kitzberger puts a rock into a controlled position in the front of the rings. It's nicely placed, and it's going to require being addressed immediately by Team China. Xiang Dongshu, steady at 83%.
Do toho Líšeka nebo čistě?
Jeden určitě.
OK. Určitě ten první. Když pojede do něj, tak dobrý.
Just misses getting the double. And he's disappointed, but his rock is in a control position. And Martin Snittle, the second, who is having a bit of a difficult week. He is sitting at the bottom of the statistics for seconds. Was asked to make the single peel. And this allows China to come right in underneath the guards. Xing Dangshu will play a counterclockwise rotating draw shot. What great awareness by those sweepers. They did not touch that rock from release until just the very end in order to make sure that got around the guard. Great communication by Team China. And it ends up being a fabulous shot for the second.
So Martin Snittil now has to open up things here. Playing a double peel would be perfect, but he flipped it a little bit to the outside, so misses the second one.
Yeah, but he does get the single peel, so that's always valuable, right? To get at least a little production out of your shot.
So Akko Kauste, a little bit of a problem here. There's a one Italian counter-lying shot right on the button, and he needs to somehow tap this out of the scoring zone. And they really need to sweep this to make this curl. But this is not gonna happen. And the angle's not right, just pushing it to the other one, and there's a red backing. So a steal of one for Italy gives them the lead of 2-1 after 3 ends played. Jirgi Snittil looking for the angles.
Yeah, and this is a very similar situation to what the Czech team faced against Team Russia yesterday. Czech had a big lead, and Russia set up center guards and got around them and stole their way back into the game. Lukas Klima looking to raise that 78 tournament percentage. And we'll do so a little bit here with that great run back double.
So, as you mentioned, it's somehow not easy to really have a big lead or a comfortable lead at the very beginning, and you keep on you're starting to shoot, you do a lot of heavyweight takers, and somehow lose, the game in the short way, in the draw game, and the others catching up. It's not easy to defend for a long time.
Yeah, and I think it's about your tactics. Being fairly aggressive and taking advantage of a couple of misses gives you the opportunity to score a lot of points, and then all of a sudden you've got that big lead and you have to switch completely to defense. That's what it feels like. I've got a lead, I need to be defensive. And all of a sudden you have hit until the opposition catches up. Because the opposition's clear, they're down in the score, they want rocks in play, they're going to be aggressive.
It also has somehow a mental impact. Having the lead, you have something to lose, and the others, they probably just, okay, we have to really go, doesn't matter how.
Yeah, it makes it very easy. Sometimes it makes it very clear when you're up or when you're down, but it's a different type of pressure, and how teams respond to it is unique to the character of the team.
Tady to hodně točí, ale OK.
Ať ho udržíme. No jasně. Myslím.
Dobrá.
OK, jo. Wow. Točí mnohem méně, než jsem myslel.
Yep.
So this one, they're just looking for the single takeout on the top rock and to stick the shooter around on the sides.
But this one rolls out too far. No comeback here. Sometimes the rocks really sneak in again, but does not happen. And we didn't see it a lot this week because the ice is really, there's no frost around. It's all good here. Really nice conditions. It's a little bit more frosty sometimes.
The sharp edge on the bottom, the running edge on the bottom can grab and pull a rock almost backwards into the rings after it goes out.
Liu Ray tries to defend his shot rock, playing up a guard.
3、3、4，等一等，3、4、3。行，下楼 OK 啊，力量。正常正常。4、很近啊。3，很近很近。等一等，等一等。等一等。量大量大，真的4了。降了，不能擦。不能擦，不能擦，不能擦，不能擦，不能擦。Sit.
Yeah, sit. They're hoping for. A little bit too long.
Yeah, they wanted that to be outside the rings for sure.
Souhlas, já bych rád taky tohle.
Těsně vedle krmově s lehkým rolancem a ten takhle tam otevřít.
Hek?
No.
Tady to žádný extra obluk nebyl. Tady to bylo
Interesting
níž.
call.
Takhle hojí.
Šede.
Může
No
být.
really fear that by Nitil that he's not getting to the shot. So we will have a look. First of all, it's up to Alexander Baumann playing the last rock here, and the 3 Danish counters already in the house, and well hide the one shot rock close to the button. He needs a really good weight now. Draw around, catch the white of the button somehow. Very important game for Germany too. They're sitting 2 wins, 2 losses. They need a win now. So, good try, but not enough finish in the end. It's a steal of 1 for Denmark, leading to none.
In our feature game, Czech skip was looking to hit and roll off to the wings and really force China into a tough position. But just by sticking around in the top of the rings, it allows China to draw in, possibly create a staggered rock situation. We call it a Christmas tree a little bit, where the rock sits half guarding the one, half under the other.
They really want this to slow down on. Oh, just enough. Is the double there?
Druhá varianta je tohle. Ale já bych možná zkoušel ten skinny. Tady bychom ho nemuseli posílat sem, my mohl jako jít takhle. Tenhle jde možná i sem, spíš jde takhle.
Okay.
Hele, hrál bych to tak, že když se tohohle nedotkneme, tak uděláme prostě tohle.
Question is where to hit. Maybe you can hit the back one first and go left hand side. Or have the top one thin and then only one maybe. I think you have to hit the left one here, sitting
Yeah,
really.
it looks to me that they're playing it the other way.
Yeah.
That's the way China steals.
Yeah. If the impact on the top one is too much.
Yeah, the shooter picks up rotation, spins out the side of the rings, and he's throwing a firm weight.
Oh, yep, yep. Whoa, yep, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
They're close.
Well,
And
really
he's got
well
it.
played. It's not for 3 as the shooter rolls out, but at least a deuce here. Huge score, well played. Double takeout by Jiří Snitil. Have a look here. That was his plan. He just made it.
Ale on chtěl vždycky naději, já bych tam musel trvat strašně maličko. A já jsem chtěl najisto mít tady ten.
Happy with that. Back to a 4-point lead.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first-ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018, your curling oasis awaits.
Really great shot by
Who's better?
Snitil. We did see before. Really nice one.
Fight, 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 fight. Fight, ať tam jsou místo na 2. Pojď, pojď.
Spad.
Asi má horší.
And of course, it's up for China, and they have to really fight for a comeback here in this game.
Yeah, they do. They need to get as many rocks in play as possible.
Jaap van Dorp. He has a chance for getting 3 here.
Get okay. No.
For tying the game. This looks good. So 4-4 after 4 ends played. They need this win.
Both those teams need this win, so that is quite the battle with the Netherlands and Russia. Back here, taking a look at the standings. China, we know, 3-1 atop. Same with Denmark and Italy. Czech Republic fighting to get that 3rd win. And you see down there, Finland, Netherlands, and Russia with single wins only. All 3 of those countries must have a win in order to keep their hopes alive of going to the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Yeah, good attempt. Trying to freeze on the red.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Martin Snitil tries to peel off the guard, of course. As already 4 rocks has been played. You think this is a good call?
Well, I think that Team China needs to use every rock as best they can, whatever opportunity. So trying to come in here, they know at some point they're going to have to deal with that check counter that's on the forefoot. And the angles are challenging right now. So looking to control the angles from both sides.
But this one definitely is on the guard, over curled here.
Čistě, klidně, čistě.
Čistě clear asi, no.
Jo.
Yeah. Usually Snitil calls the game very consequently. Peeling off the guards here, that's the most threat.
Yeah, looking at what rock is going to cause you the most trouble and seeing how you are going to handle it. Sometimes you freeze to it, sometimes you tap it. Sometimes you draw around it. And sometimes you have a tough week and struggle. And
huge mistake now.
yeah, this is an opportunity for China. Now with that check mistake, China has to follow those misses with makes in order to come back in this game. It is incredibly critical that they take advantage of this opportunity. Zhang Dongshu is going to need a 100% made shot here.
Trying to make the sweep and not running back to the yellow, but that worked out well.
Pretty good shot.
Also really good weight control by young Dongshu.
Že ten kříž je blbě tady,
Kříž je blbě, kříž nechci. Šel bych 8 ten double. Single peel není špatný.
Pojď hrát peel.
Přijde dobrý guard a já moc nevím, co s tím. A pak na konci trefí tady ten.
Okay. Asking also for the opinion of Martin Snitil. Okay.
Ale kříž těch dvou vzadu.
There's an opportunity to maybe really go close by the guard and catch the double here in the house. And look here, it's there.
Yeah, the double is there. So you do have to get past the guard close.
Even if you are on the guard, then make sure you really peel it off.
Yeah, they're going to play firm weight to peel here. Make sure granite is moving.
Yeah, but this stays off too much.
They clear away some of the granite and remove one of the Chinese stones.
Oops, a little bit of shaky slide here by Xu Xiaoming. As long as he keeps the direction, it's all good. Let's see how this stone finishes.
So oftentimes when you have a wobble in your delivery like that, when you lose your balance by a little bit, you end up correcting it in your release. And you might add a little weight because you're worried you slowed yourself down. You're worried that you lost momentum. And in that case, he just added maybe a couple of feet too much. But his sweepers were really well aware of that. They did not touch that stone. They knew that it was going to be heavy. But unfortunately for Team China, even though that stone landed in the forefoot, it landed in a pretty good spot for a check double takeout. And Lukáš Klíma looks like he might have finally mastered that spot in the ice, but just hit and roll.
And not rolling enough. Stays open to give the opportunity to Xu Xiaoming playing the role. So it's quite a good chance now for Team China to maybe get back a little bit better in this game.
Yeah, take a score of 2.
Yeah.
开始，力量小，力量小，力量非常小，别擦。
Not the result they were looking for, but still good. Line 2 here.
And the angle is steep. The separation is pretty good. A double takeout is challenging.
10, 11.
10.
10.
A tady někde.
Netočí podle mě nějak extra.
Jiří Snitil, very routine player, but yeah, always being close. 1 bronze medalist standing from European Championships 2012. And of course this other bronze medal, which he probably not likes to think about, being close, qualifying for 2014 Olympics.
Oh, Martin, ne.
Ne.
Ne, ne.
Mám já něco?
Zatím je to komora.
Mám já něco?
Ne, Martin.
10-4.
Pojď, bude malej.
Okay.
Okay attempt.
10-4.
Yeah, it's an okay attempt. I think the broom was a little conservative. He could have afforded to roll quite a bit more.
Conservative. Explain me, please.
I think he could have made more of a bold choice. It was maybe a little.
Was not taking the risk, maybe
yeah,
necessary for the call. Yeah.
You know, he's playing so well. You know, allow your sweepers to be part of your shot. When you set the ice on a straight spot that you're expecting the rock to curl almost 2 feet, you're kind of taking your sweepers out of the shot. And this is that out-turn hit that we've seen a little bit of trouble with. Maybe now's the time that Leo Ray finds the sweet spot and gets a little bit of an inside roll.
Really nice played, a little bit to the right-hand side.
I don't know, there's a couple of options for the Czech team. A hit and roll, or take a go at the double takeout.
Ukaž nějaký lék, musí to vymyslet.
Here again, it's really necessary that you have a look to the scoreboard. You're 4 up. Just take the easy one. Take the open hit. Make sure you make this one, and it's only a chance for 2 China. Czech Republic can really live with this score. So no need really going for the big shot here.
Yeah, and if you make a nice hit and roll to the inside, there's a really difficult shot for China to score to. So you're upping the level of difficulty for your opponent potentially.
Just make sure you're not hitting it on the left-hand side to jam it back to the yellow. To the red one, sorry. Of course. This stays
got
out.
Some curling to do. It's getting there.
Oh, enough. Just enough. Close. Yeah, they're just having a look. What's the best line to call for the draw now?
And what they're checking here is if they come to the face of that Chinese stone at the top of the forefoot, will they be 1 and 2? Will they be closer than the Czech stone that's in the back right of your screen on the 8-foot.
Anyway, would recommend coming from this out-turn side. He was already playing. He even can have it a little bit half rock would be enough, but just if you're not sure if it's enough, if you're just on the nose here, I think it's too much talking about. Yeah,
there's a lot of time off their clock.
They're going for the hit.
And if they have doubt, they are going for the hit. So this is a moment where it becomes what your skip's comfortable with, right? Yeah. And we know that Leure has been struggling. And if he's showing confidence and an assertive shot call, I think you've got to let him take it. Yeah. Ideally, you want to be playing a draw here. But if he feels good about this hit, then that is for sure the shot you want him to play.
Really no need playing the hit now, but it's up to his comfortable zone. And they need to make this straight now. Keep the line. But that looks good. So here's the deuce. Here's the little bit of catching up from Team China. They're sitting 4 and Czech Republic having the hammer sitting 6.
Great, well done. Really good.
So first end has been a really difficult double attempt here for Jiří Snitil. He just got a little bit of the first yellow and missed the second one. Second end, a huge end for Czech Republic. Open hit and stay for 4. Yep. Solid play here by Jiří Snitil. Big lead, 4-1. Third end, just 1 for China, and then second end here, a really well played double takeout by Jiří Snitil. And another deuce here, well played. So Alexander Baumann, 5th end, last stone, facing trouble, already 2 down and hits the guard. It's a steal, another steal. Big lead now for Denmark, 3 versus nothing. So the other games, 3-2 lead, Finland versus Italy, Netherlands, Russia tied 4-4 after 5 ends played.
That's great.
You don't want this one, right?
Not now, but this one is probably more dangerous.
Yeah, you're winning 6-2, so you don't want either of those stones. I'm just saying, just what we were speaking about this morning, just be even more, I mean, you're doing great. Just to be clear, you're doing really superb. But even more aggressive on those doubles. Just go for it, slash it into there. Early, so you see what you've got. Don't wait till later in the end and like, oh shit. Just start early and then see what's left. If you slash it into there or there, of course, nosing that wouldn't be great. But anything else is helping you because you don't want that and you don't want that. So you just peeled it off.
Where we give 4, and on that 10th end was that you never say whoa. It's always clean or hard. Yeah. Clean or hard. You say whoa when you're trying to be perfect, no plus. So, clean out of the hand tells everyone we're close. Stay clean, clean, clean. Not harder. It's 100 or 0 with you guys. Instead of working clean, clean.
Welcome back to the Koszatka Arena in Pilsen, Czech Republic. I'm Oli Kapp, and with me is Anne Swisshelm. Fifth end break, a lot of information. It's a good opening of Czech Republic, having a huge score of 4 in the second end. Another deuce followed in the fourth. China was catching up with the deuce, so score 6-4. And interesting to listen to the coaches. Brian Gray just said, well, just make sure you really go for the shots, maybe a little bit earlier, the big ones, and not just waiting to the last players. And actually Marcel Rock, the coach of China, was even more going to the basics and said, come on, get the control in the sweeping. It's not about like really no sweeping like off or cleaning or whatever. Just stick to the stone. Be ready when it's necessary. So really basic information how to keep control of the run of the stones, to not losing by making mistakes when the stone maybe picks up something. So, and having a look on the percentages, even that some advantages on the Chinese side, 82% total team performance versus 75% standing for Czech Republic. But all these stats, just some indices, but not really giving insight how the score is. Sometimes you just have to be ready when it's up, making a huge end, bringing the key shots. That's more important.
Jenom vy, T-line. Jede.
Joka tam je?
14-6.
T-line, zadní 4.
Pojď zadní,
jsou.
blízko butonu, zadní T-line. Jo.
Skinner.
China's got a great opportunity here. They've set up double center guards. They need Sheng Dongshu. Come right around. He's playing steady. He's playing on par as he has for the week. Looking for a good one here. Sweepers are off. Now it's starting to curl. Ends up shot rock, but it is much deeper than they want it to be. And Martin Snittle is going to be given a chance to go for the double takeout, the double peel. It's a long one.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Going hard, they must be close.
Really good try.
What a great shot. He did leave a shooter up front, but it is so long and so off-center that it is not a dangerous rock for the Czech team.
And even lying a little bit on the left-hand side, so something in between center and corner guard. China sitting 2 now.
Yeah, and that's a great example of taking advantage of the opportunities you're given. They might not be the exact ones you were hoping for. But going underneath that rock. And a nicely executed peel.
A lot of communication going on. They want to direct the stone and just long.
Yeah, just too much force, too much momentum. And that happens a lot in this sixth end. We talk about it often. The ice just picks up a little bit of pace. They run the mop. The great ice technicians run the mop while the athletes are taking their break after fifth end, talking to their coaches. And the ice just picks up a little bit of pace, and it becomes difficult to manage. That's why all those rocks are in the back of the rings, and guards are slipping in.
Je to maličko z Jindrový strany, ale úplně symbolicky. Budka je furt dobrá.
And now the play is all in the rings. That is to Lukáš Klíma. And
struggling a little bit today, 68%.
Yeah, he missed his first 3 shots of the game, and
Yep. Okay.
So Amos Mozana, really difficult shot here, a really thin double he's going for. Opportunity for, even 4 rocks.
Yeah, it's just a little, he wants to tick that red stone in the top of the forefoot and redirect back to the one in the back of the forefoot. Just tick. Oh, and just misses it.
So that's another point here for Finland, 4-2 lead. Really, close, so close.
And after the measure, it was Finland with a steal of 1, taking a 4-2 lead over Italy into the break.
Já bych to hrál takhle 9, že buď zůstane, buď uděláme tohle, a když nám hezky dotočí, tak
tady je blbej ten jam. Proto jsem si říkal, že to hrát, ale jako proto bych to hrál přes komoru, aby měl energii.
Spíš 8 s míledem asi. Ještě míň, já jsem ten minulý zavřel.
Teď jsem říkal, že ho hrál rovně, hezky mu to točilo, že bude hrát stejně těch 8. stejně dopředu, tak je to vlastně to, co
Jirka z druhé strany běží míň ledu, takže to budeme hrát tím autem přes.
Co jsi hrál teď?
Stejná dílka.
No.
Nevím, co to bylo, jestli to bylo 7,5 nebo 8.
Něco mezi tím bych si typnul.
Já si myslím, že to bylo spíš 8.
Já si myslím, že to bylo spíš 7,5, ale nevadí.
You can see the line there.
Yep.
Brush being held almost directly behind the target rock, looking to make a double takeout. Lukáš Klíma. High energy, steady player. Must be close. And he's not just close, he's perfect. Sweepers keeping it clean, brushing a little bit right there at the end. And beautifully positioned. So with no opportunity to remove all of those rocks and being down in the score, China's going to look to defend this very difficult situation by freezing a rock into the back of the 8-foot, right on top of the Czech stone.
No! No! 还行还行，只是线路。
Zhang Zhadliang does not want anyone to sweep this rock. He knows it's heavy. It's all the way where it needs to be. It's about line now. And a good call by the sweepers not to go after that rock. Nice throw for Team China. There is a little bit of space, and that might give the Czech team some opportunity. As we take a look into Sheet A, Alexander Baumann drawing again against 3 Denmark stones.
Absolutely pressure shot now. I would say it's a shot for the game or not.
He's got to get through a port. He does have backing if he gets through the port.
And that's about looking like steal for 2. No, no, no. Yeah, and Johnny Fredriksen already points out, it's a score of 2.
And he's just shaking his head. He had it. They just didn't sweep. They just missed the line. Intensity and a little bit of incredulousness, not knowing how that happened.
Well, back to our featured game. Come around attempt here. Try to freeze. Really well played here. Jiří Snitil a little bit overcurled, but that's still a good spot he placed it. So it's about for Liu Ray just to follow this pass. Same shot.
Yeah, it's the same shot. He does need to take a little weight off. He needs to allow his sweepers to participate in the shot so that they can position it.
This looks far outside so far. He really needs a finish now.
It does curl hard here at the end. It does finish. It's going to be about managing that weight. They need to get it right down onto that Czech stone.
To me, they were waiting a little bit too long as there was no line. And he knows. You don't see him showing any emotions, but today, you really, the poker face is away somehow.
Yeah, you can feel the tension and the pressure for Team China. The kind of pace with which they're communicating, the body language is tough.
So, what is Czech Republic? They're going for angle race here?
They like the ease of an open 3-foot run back versus trying to get to the precision of the nose. And it will be 4-2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. It's looking, but there's another yellow in the back, safing up. So it's a shot for 2, not an easy one.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep, whoa. Whoa, yep.
Must be close, the on-off.
Just one. They were waiting a little bit too long and overcurled and missed the right spot to hit. Anyway, another lead, 7-4 after 6 nth plates.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018, your curling oasis awaits.
Jindrich Kitzberger opens the 7th end. Playing a draw into the house should be the task. 3-point lead by Czech Republic. Had a chance for deuce. Just missed it. Now even Jiří tries to support the sweepers, getting this one into.
Yeah, that ends up being a great shot. Top of the 8-foot. They'd like it maybe a foot or so deeper, but in the top of the 8-foot, it is very much in a control position in front of the 4-foot. As Zhang Zhaliang's corner guard attempt comes down the ice. Jiří Snedl managing that 3-point lead.
Yeah, talking about the basic strategies now. What's the end plan now for Czech Republic, holding down China?
Yeah, it's going to be 2 rocks into the rings on the lead stones. Pull the play into the rings, and they're going to have to do that by peeling what is sure to be double corner guards from China.
And for China, is there a really need that they score more than 2?
Yep.
They just need to get 2, and this is the thing. China scored 2 the last time they had hammer, so they need to remind themselves that they are capable of setting up a score of 2. They just need to work their process, find a comfortable place, kind of believe what they see in the ice conditions. What are the speeds? They're managing it quite well, just coming up a little bit short on some key shots. Zhang Zhaliang knows he's maybe added a little bit more weight than he wanted to, alerting them that it's up.
Really nice setup here. Well played. So
puts it good. Yuri Snittel wastes no time going up. His game plan is clear. My brother needs to remove this rock from play. And hopefully roll a shooter out.
So Alexander Timofeev needs to draw. Take this out. There was even a chance for more. And it's a steal here for Netherlands. Ooh, what a mistake. Not an easy shot, but no finish in the end. So China, meanwhile, brings the game into the house.
That's not a bad spot for them to go underneath the corner guard. It is buried. So the Czech team's gonna pick that corner guard out.
Talking about situations. The corner freeze coming from one side. So decision is made. Taking the rotation anti-clockwise, counter-clockwise. Now they somehow have to create the momentum in the house, as there are no guards in play anymore.
Yeah, and this being seconds rocks, they did have the opportunity to try to put up another corner guard just to wait one more rock, but the two shots by Jindřich Kitzberger were so good out of the Czech lead that at some point they need to be addressed.
And now as they missed the shot rock, they pull it back, try to pass this. And leaving up a double here. Also, it's a quite difficult one.
Yep.
Yes, this is a precision shot. And if you over curl by just a little bit, you're taking one of your own out potentially. If you set it wide, you're going right through the hole.
This looks to be a little bit outside. Now it's
Must
coming.
be close.
Here you go.
Perfect.
Czech Republic really looks sharp now. They feel that they have a huge opportunity to get their third win in this game.
Yeah, they're not even hesitating calling high level of difficulty shots. They are throwing them with ease now. There's not a lot of chatter back and forth anymore. They get by their own stone by centimeters and make a beautiful double takeout. Now China looking to clean it up a little bit, maybe make a double takeout, get out of here with the blank. Now this is the kind of shot that I think is actually really important. These open shots, do you want to keep your shooter around? What kind of weight do you play after you just played the big weight? Very precise double takeout. Can he adjust to an open, simple takeout and plays it really nicely?
So another time he changes now. Before probably he was looking for opportunity to blank the end. keep the hammer, but right now I think maybe the roll.
Yeah, he had needed a double out of the third's first stone for China. But now you play a hit and roll, and actually the blank is still potentially available if and also, I mean, everything is still possible at this point.
You show me.
3 stones left.
Really good attempt, really nice one. And they need these kinds of shots. The question is, how much is this shot worth? If the Czechs keep on rolling like they did before, having a look, Alexander Baumann once again is facing more yellow rocks than he wanted. Just a chance for one. That's simply not enough if you're 5 down. But at least Germany will be on the scoreboard in this end.
Yeah, they got rid of that the hammer, and maybe they can take advantage of throwing the first 2 rocks of an end.
Yeah. We're having a look, Finland, Italy. It's a hit and stay, a must hit and stay as well for Amos Mosana. They really have to work hard for the line, and he succeeds. But it's just a catching up. It's not the expected use. It's just the single. New score 4-3 after 6 ends played.
10-60 questa, la prima 10.
Team China with opportunity here. Then trying to freeze down to the red stone in the back of the rings. A great chance to take 2 points here. If they make a nice freeze, players are on it right away.
They don't want to leave a double here. They really need to push this one back, and this looks good. Not perfect. They probably wanted to have a little bit more on the inside.
Yeah, and with that little bit of bounce and a little bit of overcurl, there's a chance that Czech Republic would be enticed to...
But the angle is crucial, huh?
Yeah.
And they decided it's too difficult here, going for the double, so they are going for the roll.
11. 11 hrajem roll. Tam vlastně.
Yeah, make the simple shot and then force Team China to make a shot back.
Control takeout weight played by Jiří Snitil. Just make sure you keep your shooter now. Not the expected roll to the left side, but at least leave, yeah, the hit and stay for 2. Getting organized.
Yeah.
Another time he plays the in-turn, clockwise rotation, this important shot. Have to fight for the line now, but this looks good. So, a deuce in the 7th end for China. Still a lead for Czech Republic, 7-6, the new score.
Jenom aby jsme to neudělali příští zápas někdy. Proto to
nám to
říkám.
trenér řekne určitě několikrát tohle. O tom nepochybuju.
The 8th end. Now featured game. Czech Republic leads 7-6 versus China. Olympic qualification event 2017. 2 spots still available for the upcoming Olympic Winter Games in South Korea. There's no tendency, we could say, really say, in the men's field who is most likely to get one of the playoff spots. 3 available. The 1 and 2
the
ranked
field
team,
is
yeah.
wide open. It is wide open.
So when you manage to end up on 1st or 2nd place, you have 2 chances. So the winners of this game is already qualified, and then the loser of this game has to play the 3rd place team.
Significantly outperforming his opposition. Zhang Zhaliang, lead from Team China. He's a high energy player, communicates very specifically and frequently. Intense guy, he has skipped at the World Championships before. Brings a lot to this team.
Another time, really good.
Good.
Alexei Timofev, skip of Team Russia, facing 3. Jaap van Dorp and Team Netherlands Stones must have a piece of the button with this draw in order to score 1 and pull even. That rock needs to stop. It's got to stop on the button. And it does. 5-5 after 7. Critical game there. Whoever loses is out of contention.
Xiang Dongchu wants to play hit and roll.
Yeah, now that it's a 1-point game, you don't need to go crazy.
It's about building up a force now, maybe from the China's point of view, or maybe taking a steal if it's possible. But
yeah, if it's possible. But you needed to keep your shooter in play there. If you're going to make the choice to go to the hit, you had to play a weight in a line that the shooter for sure stuck around the rings and required being addressed. By rolling out, it allowed the Czech team to just open up the front of the rings, peel the one center guard in play. And you can see here, Martin Snittle has not thrown a draw. 0 draws.
The hitting machine.
Yeah.
This morning draw.
And he's having a nice game. Chang Dong-Shu looking for a guard here. This one looks like it's running a little heavy. No, it's going to come up nicely.
Interesting call. You're guarding the opponent's stone.
Well, that way you've got 2 to hide behind. I mean...
So you're using the red one as a guard too.
Yeah, but, you know, this is getting into a little of, are you on offense, or are you on defense for Team China? They seem to be flipping back and forth between tactics a little bit, and that gets confusing, and you start losing your way of what your goal of the end was. Normally in the 8th end, you want to score. You want to get the hammer in that 8th end so that you have it coming home. So China kind of shifted there from offense to defense, calling the takeout. Now they're back on offense, trying to generate an opportunity to steal.
So putting up a long guard here and hoping for a miss on the Czech side.
Tady akorát trošku víc točil ten kolem.
Ale podle čáry v pohodě.
Okay. Fine, whoa, Indra, jenom čistě. But
this looks pretty controlled here. All good. Another guard, or you try to come around now? Pretty close game between the thirds.
The battle at third, very close. China's now thinking of coming around the stone in the top of the rings for Shou Xiaoming. One of the tendencies of Team China, though, is to be tenacious. They are so tough. Even when they are down, they gave up the big end of score of 4 in the second end. They're within 1 point. And this game is now really close, and they're getting better and better the deeper into the game we get. The Czech team is still playing with a nice, easy confidence and steady execution. But China's upping the pressure with each shot.
Yeah, good stone placement, shot rock covered, really nice plate. The most he could get out of this situation. Yeah.
Že já nevím, jestli...
Ne, tohle ne. Jako buď devítkou runbacka nebo split.
Ne, ten runback ne.
Tak split, ten je dobrý.
The discussion start again. We remember the beginning of the game. Same thing happened. And Jiří Snitil is pretty clear. He said, no, we don't play a runback here. We either split or we try maybe go with a lightweight takeout. But now they...
This is a great this is a great call. As long as you get to either the split on the top, and if you just miss the split on the top, you should have the line and the weight to tap that China stone out of the rings. And these are the kind of shots you have to throw boldly. You don't want to throw just T-line, because then the rocks don't move very far. You want to get a lot of separation. You're looking for about back 8 to back line weight. There it starts to curl.
Yeah, really nice line call here. Really splitting
Great
it.
shot. And yes, China has the chance to hit and sit 1 and 2, but the center of the rings are wide open.
And even having a look on the scoreboard, I mean, even if there's gonna be a force, could be like making one for Czech Republic is good.
Yeah, they are up by 2 points. They will likely have the hammer in the 10th end. It gives them a lot of confidence that they will be able to manage the scoreboard with relative ease for the last 2 ends.
Go, go, go! Hard! Hard, you know!
They really have to work this one. Keep the line here. Keep the shooter. Not roll too far, not leaving up a double situation here.
Just the struggles on the out turn for Leu Ray, that counterclockwise rotating shot. I mean, it's just almost every time he's throwing it.
Yeah, it's maybe this time he was thinking about, okay, I don't want to be wide, I don't want to be like losing the shooter on the outside, and maybe he really soft release and then it over curls. And I mean, he got it, but he's rolling to a point where he's really leaving up a good situation for a double.
I mean, the key percentage you're looking at here, the 7 hits that Leu Ray has thrown, he's throwing at 68%. And that's just not a high enough level of performance. You know, and this is a man who was playing for an Olympic medal in 2014. He needs to find his groove and get back on track.
So Yezhiznitil even is about to avoid this force situation when he plays the double here.
Yeah, if he can position the stone in a nice place.
Not the double, but a roll. We have a look on Finland, Italy. Draw versus 2, Aku Kauste. Just weight control now. Almost open house.
Yeah, it's being well tended by Polly James and Janne Pitko, the front end for Team Finland.
Yeah, very controlled. So they get their single and picking up a 5-3 lead after 7 ends played. Rasmus Tiane. Nice come around played by Alexander Baumer, sitting shot rock on the right hand side. And Rasmus Tiane is going for the open draw. He's not trying to pick out the red one, going for the deuce. He says 1 is enough. Not the game, not the morning of Team Germany. Solid performance by Team Denmark. And again, nice weight control here by Rasmus Tiane. And for Germany, that's enough. They shake hands, congratulate, still have a chance, but they have to win now every game and a little bit hoping that others lose.
And Leu Ray looking for the freeze. Just doesn't get the line, has beautiful weight, just doesn't get the line. And now this is an opportunity for Team Czech Republic to take 3.
He took a huge risk now, Leu Ray, but it's not paying off.
Yeah, I don't think Team China had much of a choice given the set of circumstances, the layout of the stones in the rocks, how many they had left. They had to play that freeze. And I think they knew when they called it that it was likely for the game. And if it wasn't perfect, it would give Czech Republic a chance at a score of multiple points. They just need to hit a little bit on the brush side of the object rock. The shooter is away.
Really hard sweeping now.
Curling hard.
And a little bit to less, but it's enough. Here's the 3. Just enough. They were a little bit late with the call for sweeping. Really good attempt here. It's paying off on the other side here for Czech Republic.
Yeah, the Czech Republic really finding their groove here. Taking advantage of poor rock placement by the Chinese team, and Skip Yijisnitl knows how big that shot is.
Jeden?
Potřebujeme mít čas.
Jeden. Po 4, dal bych jeden.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first-ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018. Your curling oasis awaits.
Směr bude OK, směr bude dobrý. Wow, Martine, wow, easy.
Jede. Tenhle nevykysne druhý.
14, 3.
Jede.
4 stopy, pojď.
Můžeš?
Yep.
And the game plan stays the same. With a 4-point lead, playing the 9th end, Jindřich Kitzberg, Team Czech Republic, puts the rock right into the forefoot.
It's not the game yet, 10-6, but there has to be, something must happen here for Team China. Of course, they give it another try here in end number 9.
Yeah, and really, the goal for China is to set up 2-point score. Set up a 2-point score, and if you get a miss at the most opportune time out of Czech Republic, you might be able to get a 3. Then you have to steal 10 and steal in the extra to win the game.
So, huge shot here by Jaap van Dorp. Facing 2 yellow counters. Needs a straight run back to at least score 1. That looks pretty solid, and it's the single here, giving them the lead back. 6-5 after 8 ends played. Martin Snitil once again with a hit.
Nic, nechci to tady rozbít.
Berem zatím ten asi červený.
This was close, but enough. So that are the situations where you really have to keep up the focus. You're in a quite huge lead. Not think about you're already finished yet. You feel comfortable, but keep up.
Yeah, you cannot let down at all. Every single shot means something as you go through trying to attain this win, trying to hang on to the lead. And also, it teaches you how to make those shots for the future. I mean, it builds your confidence that maybe in the next game or if you qualify in the playoff game and you're on this sheet for some reason again, you'll know how to make it, how to play it. It just builds confidence.
Okay, just get. Yep. Yep. Just get.
Okay.
So, having a look on the standings so far, it's just Team Denmark having the 4th win for today. China most likely have a hard time to get this one. Italy still has a chance to keep up with Denmark. Czech Republic, huge step forward if they win. Germany is dropping down. And then the others, Finland, Netherlands and Russia, all 3 have to win. Of course, in the Russia-Netherlands game, there will be a loser. There will be one who has no chance anymore after the game.
That was a great reset by Lukáš Klíma. If you're not perfectly comfortable, stop yourself. Reset. Make sure everything is aligned towards the target, that your mind is clear of distractions, and that you make the shot.
Yeah, come around attempt didn't work. We'll have a look to Finland, Italy. Finland is really putting on pressure on Italy. Italy here with Amos Mosana. He needs to somehow playing a tap back. Really tough situation for him, but facing another steal here. And they have to sweep it right away. The line is good. Now need to work it, but it's not enough energy to remove the counter here. They have to give up another one. So it's a 6-3 lead after 8 ends played for Finland.
Continua. Ok, va l'ultima. I due.
5、4、5，可以下线，下线，6，下线。
China trying to come around a very wide corner guard now. There's not a lot of space in the rings that wide in the field of play.
A really nice attempt.
Throws a nice shot. I think it is fully available.
Yeah. The more you're to the outside, the better the angle is, the harder to cover. As you can see here, even it was very well played, it's still available. And even if Jiří Snitil is on the guard, would be not a huge damage.
Yeah, no, not a problem. The only significant challenge is missing everything. So he's playing a nice control weight here, nothing too much. He wants to play to the shape of the ice, the curl of the ice. And rolls back towards center. Perfectly executed.
Promiň, tady jsem pak už nevysvětlovat, že nemetrou. 10,5. Já jsem byl příliš opatrný, aby náhodou jsem netrefil nějakou rovnou linku a neprohučil kolem, nepřišel tam další a nelovili jsme trojku prostě. Jasně.
What's the call?
I think it is to freeze onto the rock in 4 foot.
Is it the right call? What do you think? Is it like, I mean, there's really nothing really to
You have to address it. If you freeze to the back one and they just decide to throw a guard, you've got no chance at 2. Freezing to this top one is the only way to give yourself a chance for 2. If you were to hit, then you're open. They just rip it out of play. So you've got to use the opposition stones against them. They're going so hard for weight. Trying to hold line just does not have the momentum they need to get down to the shot stone. And
that's about those situations where you also start to somehow think, not really could give everything you have in it because you're not really believing that you still have a chance in this game anymore. Maybe it's about this. Right
yeah,
now.
that's an unusual kind of attitude for Team China. These guys are so tough. They are so accomplished. And again, as I said earlier, they are just tenacious. They do not let go of the scoreboard. And, you know, just struggling with some execution.
So hitting this one, I would bet that could be the game. If China just can make 1, they then need to steal 3 in the 10th end. Let's have a see first how this will finish. Running the yellow off, even hang around here. So quite a force for 1 now for Team China. Open hit. Liu Rui, this time choosing the counterclockwise rotation.
It's nice to see him throwing this turn. This is a nice shot.
It's all there. Well executed, but as expected, they're thinking about, do we go on or do we focus for the next game? What do you see? 10-7 lead for Czech Republic after 9 ends played.
我觉得中间你先站一个，让他分一个，分成2边，他肯定分2边。放一个，咱在边上站一个呗。
Jedničkový čipy za 80, za 90, Indro.
Ne, za 80. Ale rychlejc. Musíme to hrát, nesmíme tam nechat ty corner guardy v tomhle případě.
Když uděláme corner guardy 4, tak se tam 4 kameny nasypou. My hrajeme stej do 4 a je problém.
Říkám, že 90 byla rychlost, kterou jsme uhledovali.
Pojďte hrát 70.
Já bych klidně hrál 70, jako když mineme 2 čipy, tak furt bychom to měli vyhrát. V pohodě, pokud neminem clear.
Well, there has been some discussions, but Team China agreed on keep on going, keep on trying. That underlines what you were saying. They're really so committed. They're really not giving up, which is okay. I mean, it's a good spirit. I like that.
Yeah, and also there could be part of their game plan. I mean, they were down at the halfway point. They knew that this was going to be an uphill battle against a high-performing Czech team. This gives Team China a chance to test some tactics, test what the ice conditions are like in the 10th end, to get a little bit more information and, you know, and possibly have a miracle occur and they steal 3 points.
But be honest, it's not happened a lot. I mean, that's
very rare.
There's many teams and many athletes, and I count myself. It's really like you have to, yeah, somehow even thinking of saving energy for the next game, but they are thinking different, and I like this attitude.
You know what? You know, it was funny. I don't think they need to save any energy for the next game. I mean, it's kind of, what are you waiting for? This is your only moment. This is when you get a chance to learn about these things. Yeah, it might be an unusual set of circumstances to steal 3 points or to keep playing under these circumstances, but it is the only chance you've got to learn about these things, and you know, why not?
But you have to keep that in mind, even if you're really down with your emotions, with really, that's a point.
Yeah, well, this is how you work on your toughness, right? This is the kind of moment that when you push yourself and you are in uncomfortable situations and you're pushing yourselves in, you know, against the odds, that
yeah, that's definitely that. Then you can grow somehow, develop.
Yeah, and you know, and this is a great chance to test this tactic. How do you steal 3? Well, you don't put center guards in. They've got corner guards up, which is usually for the team with the hammer. So you're seeing a kind of diverse tactics, which we don't normally see.
Putting up corner guards, not having
without
the hammer.
Yeah, but it gives Team China a chance to test this theory, test these tactics, see if they can force some pressure.
Taking this one really back, as it was not finishing so much. But
well, that's the first time we've seen that shot, that shot into the wing coming home all game. No one's played it, so it just didn't curl the way they thought it would.
Also very familiar picture in this game. Jiří Snitil looking for the angles, for the run backs.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And I think Martin Snittle is going to escape this game without having to throw a draw.
Just enough.
Whoa.
So Alexei Timofeyev. A draw for 3. That will be a comeback in this game. Artur Rashabov really sweeping on this one. It all looks good. Nice draw weight, just enough. Russia's taking over the lead by 2 points, 8-6. Netherlands has to really get the deuce in the 10th.
And Martin Snittle throws his last rock in the 10th end with a great run pick.
Almost triple.
Yeah. Here we go. So close to getting all 3 stones, all 3 Chinese stones moving.
二区啊，小点。正常。我可以。2区啊。1、2，可以，进去可以。往1，往2。
So not many stones left. China needs 3 to tie the game, and they don't have hammer. Miracle maybe has to happen, but they give it a try. Just hanging around there, but not perfect, but still okay.
No, já jsem přemýšlel, protože...
再来点儿，不，差不多了吧？差不多。再来一点儿。你这手手稍微手指一，要不顶还是不定。不咋定。
Going for another guard. Probably.
No, they're actually drawing into the house here. You can see that the spot on the ice is quite a bit straighter than the rest of the sheet.
He showed the other turn. I was like just looking on his hand, but anyway, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this has got a little bit of pace.
And as it's straighter, it runs.
Wait!
That's a really nice shot, because that is an absolutely unknown piece of ice. No one has thrown that shot all game. That was really well managed by Shou Xiaoming.
That's it.
There is a double available to Lukasz Klima. It would end the game.
Whoa.
But again, this spot of ice is really straight. Oh, might have picked. Might have picked.
That's about it. All sweepers were off. They had no line at the beginning, and then it really got something.
Yeah, it might have grabbed a little piece of debris or a flat spot on the ice, a footprint, something.
Now they can smile. But that could be the situation where you just touch the guard and then you're somehow in a position you don't want to expect before.
Yeah, they're not too worried though right now. I mean, they will have an open hit at the rock in the back of the 8-foot. Even if Leure makes a wonderful shot here, there is a wide open takeout available for.
Come on.
But this has to get into the house.
Perfect.
Just made it.
Perfect. And again, that wide open shot.
Yeah. We call
Lots
this one.
of cleaning. You can see every member of the Czech team taking good care of the ice, cleaning the path all the way up and down. They know that this is a shot for a win and to pull even in the standings with Team China, taking nothing for granted.
But that also looks the attitude of the players. Everybody's involved. Everybody knows that this could affect this important stone. And that's what I really like, that, it's an understanding of the game. It's work. You have to do just 10 ends, but you have to be very committed also on these kind of things.
Yeah, it's the little things that make the difference. It's doing all the little things correctly and precisely that make the big moments that much easier.
And that's about a big moment for Czech Republic. They're running China out of stones. It will be the 10-7 win. It's going to be their third win, and pulling down China. Also just staying with 3 wins and 2 losses. So Czech Republic, the host, still remains in the battle for those 3 spots for the playoffs.
Yep.
Finland, Italy, 9th end. Another huge shot for Amos Mozan. He's facing another 3 Finnish counters here. He's going for roll, double, something to somehow get shot rock. And this overcurled and not enough. It's again a steal of 1 by Finland. Finland is getting themselves in a position that they might get their 2nd win and still be in touch. Having a look, looking on the scoreboard. So we will stay with this game, Finland, Italy. Last end on. Italy needs to score 3 to tie the game and hoping for the extra.
Deve essere 5. 5 deve essere.
Simone Gonin already put up a center guard with his first. And the split stone for Finland didn't work well. So giving it another try now. Of course, we're already. Free guard zone is over. We have now Pauli Jemis playing his first. So, still opportunity for Finland in this battle for the 3 spots, but they have to win this one. Italy can live with a loss here. They're in the same position as China. So that was definitely not the plan here, sitting up as a corner guard freeze, leaving the opportunity. Oh, now we have a technical timeout. Something is wrong with the handle, the electronic handle here. So now he's allowed to proceed. They will check later on to don't lose time, I think, or throwing either other rock. They will have a check. Oh, the official already came into play. Kasper Haukunti was calling technical timeout. He figured out that something is wrong, so you always have to lift up these electronic handles, the stones, then you activate it. He wants to make sure, and he has to call it if you figure out something is not working well. So it's all good. And that's about the official, Eva Riedlisberger, to just have a look if there's a proper release here. And she confirms. Yep. All good. And all good also on the way he throws his rocks. Joel Retonas trying to come around here. The line is good. The call is they just have to work on the weight now. It's getting closer to the guards. A little bit of line call now. Nice attempt. And now Aku Kaust is looking for the angles. Is there some kind of drag you can go? I think you could give it a try. Just make sure you have enough weight on this, as you anyway have to hit it on this side to get rid of the stones here. So they call a timeout.
Yeah, he's going to have his team come down and help him confirm the angles, discuss some of the possibilities.
The only risk I would say is about hitting this on the right-hand side, that you probably drag in the yellow into the ring, into the house, but then
or
it's
you
still
drag
open.
It, but you drag it much closer
yeah.
to the rings, and it gives Team Italy a chance to maybe even split it later if you happen to have a mishap. As that rock stands now, it can't get on the rings.
Kyllä se mun mielestä pitäisi osua tänne näin. Ainakin tää tilanne aukeaa niin, että se ei ole niinku limittäiset suojat sille. Tää menee varmaan mahdollisesti pesään, mutta sinne on 2 samankokoista. Niin kyllä. Puolin suuntakohteeksi niin. Joo.
So he recommends just give it a try. Just make sure you have enough energy on this one. So it's going to be a fast one. And what happens with the back, it's most likely that the red will run on the one in the house. And if not, it's also not a big problem.
Yeah, you really only want to hit a fraction of the top stone.
Hey, Janne! Janne, kova! 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 Kova!
Yeah, here you go.
It's a great example of the drag principle in curling, how the energy moves through the first stone and goes into the back stone, creates rotation, momentum, drags it right back onto the abject rock. Joel Retonas.
Yeah, needs to play in the open house.
Needs this one in the paint. Throws a nice rock.
So here's a shake hand. Final score, Russia. Important win for them. Netherlands is really out of race. 9-6 final score here. Was a tough one for Jaap van Dorp with his last. Couldn't make it. Crucial. So the young Netherlands team, the first out of the race for the 3 spots available for playoffs here. And most likely Finland secures their win here.
With handshakes, Finland still alive, joining the pack. A very important win for Aku Kauste and his team. Final 7-3 over Amos Mozaner and Team Italy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry. No, it's X. Always too much focused in the game.
It's my job to make sure it's right.
Okay, thank you.
So happy faces on the one side, some frustration on the other side. Finland still alive. So our featured game, 10-7 win, Czech Republic versus China. And of course we will having a look of the important ends, the highlights of this featured game. A huge score of 4 in the second, and after a couple of misses on the Chinese side, an open hit and stay for Jiří Snitil secures him here for a huge lead. And then in the fifth end, another really important comeback on his side, scoring 2, giving it the momentum that China was finding his pass way in the game. 4-6 the score here. And in the eighth end, that was probably the game. A try of a freeze in the back of the house, didn't finish up the way Liu Ray expected, and then a hit and something pushing back in the back. A 3 for Jiří Snitil. Fist up here. That was the game. And then shake hands, no way for a comeback here by China. So, all games played. A really great win. Denmark, the only nations having now the 4th win. Finland beats 7-3 Italy, and then we have Russia winning over Netherlands 9-6. And having a look at the table, Denmark 4-1, China, Czech Republic and Italy all sitting 3-2. Then we have Finland, Germany and Russia. They all still have theoretically chances. Only Netherlands, with 4 losses already, they have no chance anymore to get one of these 3 playoff spots.
Jiří, congratulations on a fantastic victory over Team China.
Thank you very much, thanks.
What was the difference maker for your team in today's game?
Again, we started pretty good, except for the first end was a little shaky, but then second end was very solid, and then last night we had a talk how to make it better our middle part of the game, and it worked out good today, so I keep it secret for next games, but it works.
Okay, good. You had a plan because you played very consistently in the second half of that game. Unlike yesterday's game against Team Russia, it was a little more challenging. Are you going to be able to do that tonight against Italy?
Well, hopefully we should if you want to win.
Yeah, good luck, and again, congratulations on the big win today.
Thank you very much.
So it's for now.
Stejně dopředu, něco mezi tím.